Welcome back to another Life After Lockup Gypsy Rose Blanchard recap. This is episode 7. Just a quick reminder, I am focusing on what we see on the show, not what's happening in real time and what's out on the news. This is a show recap, okay? All right, so with that being said, let's get into it. So remember, Gypsy is spending time with her stepmom and her dad for the weekend, and Ryan was not invited. He was a little salty about it, and so she's with them. They're outside, and she tells them that she's in a fight with Ryan, and she shows them the text message that Ryan sent to her saying, "I don't give a bleep about your one-on-one time with your dad because I just want to love on you, baby." Sir, that is so inappropriate. And Gypsy showed her dad. It was so awkward. He was so disappointed. He was like, wow, I really wasn't expecting this from him. And Christy, oh my God, by the way, I checked a Reddit thread. People call Christy crusty. That is so funny. I'm going to assume that a lot of people don't like her because she just butts in too much. So anyway, Christy's like, yeah, he's really controlling, yada, yada, yada. And Gypsy tells him about the phone call that she had with him the night before, how he kept wanting to do a video call because he was suspicious of Ken being around. And Rod was like, oh no, we would never disrespect your marriage like that. We would never do that. Thank you, Rod. Oh my God, Rod is like the only really good guy on the show so far from what we know. And she's like, I'm over him accusing me of cheating on him. I just want out of this cycle.
I have a little freedom and Ryan gets jealous and possessive.
But why though? Why is he acting that way? Have you ever thought about that? How, I'm not on Ryan's side. I'm not on Gypsy's side. I'm just I understand both sides. Gypsy is fed up with the controlling and the possessiveness, and he is smothering her. He is just ooh, he's a lot in this episode. But at the same time, I can see why he's the way he is, because he knows in the back of his head that Ken is in the corner and Christy is trying to set them back up together, and her parents, well, her mom at least, her stepmom, has no respect for their marriage. And Gypsy is even entertaining I miss Ken. She told him that the other night while he was sleeping in the middle of the night. He was trying to get his sleep, and she woke him up in the middle of the night to tell him, I miss Ken. Duh, he's gonna be paranoid and worried and super he just needs to know what's going on. He's worried that you're gonna cheat. Well, it's time for Gypsy to go home, and Rod looks super happy to have finally spent the weekend with her.
My gut reaction after seeing the text from Gypsy is I gave him a 50-50 chance. Ryan's going to have to man up and really give her a little bit of freedom and just lighten up. He's pushing her away.
Then we get a selfie video of Gypsy in her apartment crying. And she goes, when I came home, Ryan bought me flowers, and I just don't know what to do because I'm on a high right now. I know, I'm going to stop doing that. I just can't. It's obvious to me that she's just tired of this cycle. They fight, they make up, they fight, they make up, and she just doesn't want to make up anymore. Gypsy confronts Ryan about his text, and she tells him, you were being really selfish the other night, always wanting a video chat, when I was with my parents, and telling me that you don't care about the one-on-one time with my dad. And he goes, honey, I was just joking. That's why I said ha-ha at the end. Do we look dumb to you, Mr. Rai? Of course you were not joking. You were hella passive-aggressive. Bro, that was not a joke. Stop. At least admit that you meant it. Oh God, so passive-aggressive. In the next scene, we see Gypsy and Ryan watching a video of Gypsy. It's either on TikTok or Reels or maybe both. And she's addressing a question from a fan. I guess it's a very frequently asked question about Nicholas Godejohn. How does she feel that he's spending a life sentence in jail while she's out and about, popular, infamous, famous, celebrity influencer, going on red carpets, going on interviews, getting her own show, documentary, she's writing books. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And she addresses it.
They put 2 stipulations on me. Mandatory therapy and no contact with my co-defendant. Absolutely no contact. And that's fine as well. I'm gonna be honest, I got carried away in the hype of everything. To all the people that I offended with a lack of accountability. I'm sorry. I'm learning.
By the way, I never saw this video when she posted it. It's wild. She really wanted to clear some things up, and social media has just been a whirlwind, especially with her newfound fame. And Ryan wishes she would stop posting so much, but she's like, I don't think so. But I was really confused because he wanted her to post not as much, but then when she wanted to delete her social media, he said no because of revenue. Like, pick a lane. After the taking accountability video that she made, a lot of people had stuff to say about it. 3 hours after she posted that video, she gets a phone call from her PO. So apparently in that video, when she said something along the lines of how she feels responsible for her co-defendant being where he is right now, that got her in trouble. And someone reported it, and it is not good for Gypsy Rose. So she is freaking out, and she wants to delete her entire social media accounts. And Ryan's like, no, honey, that's revenue, baby. And she goes,
But I don't care about revenue. I need to delete all my social media, Ryan.
just delete the videos, Gypsy.
It's not good enough, Ryan.
But what about the money that brings in? At least let's cash it out before you delete it.
Ryan, it's about the revenue. I don't care, Ryan. I'm on a high right now. Can't bring me down.
Baby, that is revenue. Does he know that?
I don't care.
I know, but did you tell him that?
I don't care about the damn money, Ryan. Oh my God, he said what about the revenue?
And she storms outside. Woo! She was pissed, okay? She breaks down. She feels like everybody's against her. She doesn't know what to do. She feels like everything she says is the wrong thing. She just wants to make things right and be a good person. And she just feels like everyone's trying to send her back in jail. And Ryan is trying his best to comfort her. He holds her. He lets her cry. He tries to give her some words of encouragement like, don't delete your social media, babe. It's revenue. So he goes, baby, what did the PO say? What were his exact words?
And she said that it's not a good idea to have a public social media account.
Well, it would suck to delete your entire account because of one comment.
Yeah, but that's just the way it is, Ryan.
I don't want you to go back to prison. It's
All
ridiculous.
I care about. There's
know.
not enough
I
money
get
in the
it.
world
I
that
get
can get
it.
me out.
Baby,
Does that make
I
sense?
get it.
Okay, Ryan's pissing me off. I was kind of feeling a little bad for him in the last episode, but damn, he is way too effing much. He doesn't let her even finish her thought. He doesn't let her think for herself. He thinks he knows best. He's just too much. And when she does finish her thoughts, he doesn't even listen. Damn, that's exhausting. And he keeps trying to persuade her not to delete her social media because it brings in money. It's her job. And they keep telling her to get a job. He's like, honey, you gotta let him know that this is your job. Social media is your job, honey.
I'm going to have to delete it regardless of what you say, Ryan.
And he goes, okay, baby. Oh my God, this is why she went MIA. I remember in real time, she deleted all her accounts. I couldn't find her TikTok, Instagram anymore. And I was like, where the hell did Gypsy Rose go? It was because of this, because she got in trouble with her PO. I thought she was just overwhelmed with all the attention and the fame and she just needed a break. But no, the PO was like, you should get yourself off of social media. It's not a good look. 2 days later, Gypsy and Ryan are in the car and the vibe is so off. She can't stand him. That's basically what I gathered. But she's trying to keep it cool. He wants to go somewhere, like take Gypsy away on vacation. And he's like, let's go to the bars. And she's like,
I can't go into bars, obviously. I'm on parole.
you can go inside though, baby. You just can't drink.
Nope, I can't go inside at all. It says on my parole paperwork.
Oh, well, that sucks. Ryan, what do you know? Did you even read her parole paperwork? Like, he's so annoying. He's asking her all these questions, and she's just like,
Yep. Nope. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm on a high right now. Can't bring me down. I'm living my best life, and y'all can't take that away from me. Yeah, Ryan. No, the D is not fire anymore.
he just keeps asking question after question after question. Now, if he had a brain, he would notice that she's not in the mood to talk. She's barely answering him. But he can't put two and two together. He just has to constantly get validation. He's just asking her question after question after question after question until he gets the answer he wants. And he never gets it. And he goes, would you remarry me? And she's like,
Can we not do this on camera?
and he's like, what do you mean, baby? And she goes,
We can keep some things to ourselves, Ryan. We don't have to do everything in front of the cameras. We don't have to let everybody know our problems.
He'd remarry me?
Huh?
He'd remarry me?
Can we not do this on camera?
Okay.
Okay.
all right, so it's very clear that something's going on, and Gypsy doesn't want to hash it out on camera for whatever reason. She doesn't even want to talk to him, period, at all. And he keeps talking and talking and talking. And after a while, she just starts ignoring him. But he's not getting the hint because he just is desperately clinging on and trying to get an ounce of validation. Whew! He's so desperately seeking any kind of validation that she still wants to be married to him, that she still loves him, she's not going to go to Ken, that he's ignoring all the signs that she's giving. Don't frickin' talk to me right now. I do not want to talk. I am not in the mood. And he just keeps going and going and going and going. Wow, I would lose my mind. After dinner, they get back in the car. He drives them home. And on their way home, Ryan keeps talking. He's like, blah, 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 blah. And she's just silent. She's looking out the window, not even responding, not even looking at him, not even acknowledging him. They both look miserable. Look at them. And then all of a sudden, Gypsy goes,
Ryan, are you happy?
and he goes, yes.
Are you happy?
Yes. I don't know why you think I'm not.
Right? Are you sure about that? This is so uncomfortable. Regardless of whether you love them or hate them or you're against them, this is uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable moment. The vibe, the energy, it's just awkward. Gypsy tells him she's not happy and she feels like they're two different people. And he goes, why are you unhappy suddenly? You know what? Go talk to Ken. You're probably already talking to him anyway. Awkward.
I'm not talking to Ken.
Well, okay then. Let's go to marriage counseling or something. Let's go to therapy.
I'm in therapy. You're in therapy. We're both in therapy.
Yo, she gives zero fucks. She's over it. She's done. And he goes, marriage isn't supposed to be easy, baby. It's supposed to be hard, but we're supposed to work on it.
Marriage is hard. Nobody said it was easy. There's gonna be days where you're like, I just want to break.
By the way, is it not? I hear people say this all the time. Marriage isn't easy. Marriage is supposed to be so hard. Why is it supposed to be so hard? I don't want to be married if it's going to be so hard. Like, please. Ryan goes, we got to try. And Gypsy's like,
I don't know if I want to try anymore.
and he's like, so you don't want to try? And she shakes her head. Oh, she is done and done and done.
Sometimes I just think that I would be happier somewhere else.
Okay.
Oh, woof. Oh my God, y'all. I was cringing. My butthole was clenching so hard. How awkward. Imagine realizing your marriage is ending and then you have to do this all in front of the cameras and you just don't know what to say because the camera is filming. It's on. This is all going to be on national TV. So he gets frustrated. He gets out of the car and Gypsy starts crying, although I did not see any tears. Actually, no, at one point I did see some tears. I mean, I feel like she fell out of love a long time ago, so she did what she had to do. Ryan's outside and he talks to the producers. He's crying, and then now I feel bad for him because he's crying and he says she's constantly bringing up Ken. And this is why he's so paranoid and he was so worried about her cheating on him because she talks about him constantly. And now I feel bad for Ryan.
You know, she still mentions her ex from occasions. He continues to, always is in the background. I don't want to split up, but I mean, it's not up to me. It's never been up to me. It's her decision.
By the way, I got a comment in one of my last recaps that I really should watch Confessions. This was the series that Gypsy did while she was in jail and when she met Ryan and talks about the big, that part of the relationship. And someone told me that she was talking about Ken back then too. So was she ever over Ken? But back to Ryan, we see such a controlling, annoying, like just in your face, suffocating. He's just like on top of her, just hovering. Like he's too much, right? But is that because of Kian? I don't know, you guys. I keep flip-flopping. I change my mind every other hour. Well, a few days later, Gypsy moved out. She needed space, so she got the hell out. And then we get a scene of Ryan. He's crying. His face is red. His eyes are swollen. You can tell that he had been crying for a while because his nose is all stuffy, and he's sniffling. And he's like, I just can't believe she's gone. She just got up one day and she left.
I want to show up, but at the same time, I want to respect her family because I've never done anything wrong to them.
Christy, Mia, and Gypsy are talking together, and Christy basically says, well, you went from one prison to another. And I love how Mia called her out, and she was like, Mom, that's a stretch.
It seems like he wants the Gypsy that was in prison, that was okay with him, that he stayed home and all of this stuff.
And I completely agree. She was not in a prison living in her apartment with Ryan. Oh my God. Listen, Ryan may have had Gypsy's best interest at heart, but they're just not right for each other. Clearly, they didn't know each other well, and this happens on every season of Love After Lockup or Life After Lockup. The other show we watch on WeTV. Every single time when the inmate is in prison, it is completely different when they get out because now they are free and they are a different person. They want to see their friends. They want to explore things. This is what Gypsy is experiencing. And Ryan's used to the jail version of Gypsy, so now that she's out, and not only is she a free person, she's famous. So he doesn't know what to do. And I did catch the part where he said she's a very impressionable young woman and her parents are having too much of an influence on her. But okay, if that's the case, then what about you? You're doing the same exact thing. He's doing the same thing, essentially. He's trying to tell her what to say, what to do, how to do this, how to do that. Revenue, baby. It's too much. How Ryan would be if he were in another relationship with someone else. Who knows if he would be just as controlling and insecure and just overbearing. It could be simply because Gypsy is in the situation that she is. She's famous and she has Ken and her parents don't like him. How when you're in a bad relationship, you become the worst version of yourself? You become this person that you don't like, you don't recognize, you hate it. And then days go by and you're like, who am I? I don't even recognize myself. I hate this. And once you cut that person off, you are back to your normal self. You're thriving, you're awesome, you're healthy. That could happen to Ryan. I don't know. So the episode ends with Christy taking Gypsy to her old apartment to get the rest of her things. And oh my God, Piper the puppy. So freaking cute. I was so sad for the poor puppy. She was all by herself. Gypsy left. Ryan's at work. And Gypsy just ditched her. Christy was like, hurry, Ryan's not here. We gotta hurry. Pack your stuff. Let's go. And once they're done packing, Gypsy holds Piper and says goodbye. And she's like, I'm sorry. I have to leave you. And I was just so sad for Piper. Oh my God.
Sorry, baby girl. If it's separation, that's one thing. If it's a divorce, that's another thing.
Did you know, and I recently discovered this, that there's a whole community of people who used to love their dogs, but once they had kids, they just don't like their dogs anymore? I was shook, heartbroken for these dogs. Yeah, maybe I'll save it for the podcast episode that I'm doing with Bo. But yeah, I felt bad for Piper because she kind of dumped her too. And I feel like this is a total assumption, but I feel like Ken didn't want Piper because he has his husky and they always talked about wanting a husky together, and he doesn't want the little yappy dog. And so she was like, okay, Ken, I'm gonna leave Piper with Ryan. And she just left. Now in the preview for the rest of the season, we see her and Kian together, and then we see her taking a positive pregnancy test, and hell, we even get the divorce. Oh my God, I didn't expect all of this to be on this season. Holy shit. When did they stop filming? I feel like this all happened very recently. Damn, I'm excited. It looks crazy. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm so hooked on this show. You guys, just remember, this doesn't mean I support Gypsy, that I support Ryan, that I support this person or that person. I'm just enjoying the show, okay? Well, that's it for the recap. Oh, no. Gypsy did a GMA interview recently, and she spoke out for the first time on an interview since announcing her pregnancy, and she says that, oh my God, it was so funny because first of all, you know how everybody was mixed up with the timeline? Is it Ken's baby? Is it Ryan's baby? And she gave us a very detailed a recap of her Schmeck's life. Okay, hold on. She wrote in an Instagram comment, she said, I left Ryan March 23rd, had a period April 17th, made love with Ken and only him April 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. Damn, good for you, girl. Conceived on May 4th and positive test on May 24th. Ken is the father. I'm on a high right now. Can't bring me down. Yeah, so Ken is a father apparently. Oh, and something new I learned is, according to Louisiana law, this is so weird. I've never heard of this, but correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure this is what they said. Regardless of who the father is, on paper, the person that you're married to is the legal father. And then you have to do a paternity test. And if it's another guy, then like you have to change it afterwards, like legally. I don't know, something like that. That's weird. Why can't you just find out who the father is before you do the paperwork or the documents and then like put the father? Like, it's just weird, right? Oh, I totally forgot. I started talking about the GMA interview that she did on July 12th. So she basically says she is not going to have her child on camera. Like maybe for home videos, yeah, she'll do that, but she's not going to document their life. She is not going to be an influencer. I'm talking about the child. She's not going to have a family vlog. And if that's true, that's a good decision. I hope she keeps it that way. That's it for this video. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I want to know all your thoughts. So leave them in the comments and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.
Honey, I am so not threatened by you. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. My man with a 10-foot pole. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. My man with a 10-foot pole. Last check my check. You don't have a man. You don't have a man. You don't have a man. Last check my check. You don't have a man. You don't have a man. You don't have a man.